Hi friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so excited, super excited. So I have this thing where I do not read any books for the next year until it snows. I have some advanced copies of 2019 books and I refuse to let myself read them until it snows. And guess what? It's snowing! So today we're going to talk about 10 books that I'm dying to read in 2019. Are you ready? Let's go. I am so excited to tell you about these 10 books that I'm dying to read in 2019. Here's the thing, usually when I make a video about the books that I've read, I tell you all about them and what I liked about them. Today, I don't know much about any of these books, so it's weird to talk about them, but I'm gonna share with you why I put them on the list. I actually don't even know, truthfully, like what a lot of them are about, but I'm dying to read them. I'm super excited. All right, let's get started. First off is the book that I'm going to read first. The first 2019 book, and I actually started reading it today when I saw the snow, and it is The Lost Girl by Anne Ursu. Anne, you may know, is the author of Breadcrumbs. She's the author of The Real Boy. She's very active online and an advocate for humans. She's a great, great person. And I love everything that I've read that Anne Ursu has created. And this book about these two twin girls just seems absolutely magical. I am super excited. I'm actually already 62 pages in and it's blowing my mind. These two twins, like the character development already, it's just, I'm so happy. I'm loving this book. All right, next up is Laurie Halse Anderson's Shout. This will be the only young adult book I think we'll have on the list today. But Laurie Halse Anderson is just an amazing human being. Her book Speak is now 20 years old and it has changed the lives of so many teens, so many teachers, so many humans, and I'm super excited for this book about Laurie's life to enter the world, and I'm dying to read it. Isn't it beautiful? Next up is The Gray Jeff by Tony Abbott. I have not read enough Tony Abbott books. That's a problem because I see people talking all the time about how wonderful they are. The one that I have read, though, is Fire Girl, and I loved Fire Girl. And this is a companion book to Fire Girl. How exciting is that? A companion. I love companion books. So very, very excited to read this. Might even like check out the audio of Fire Girl to just reread that. It's been a few years. So very excited about The Great Jeff. Next up is The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise. Dan Gemeinhart is just crushing it as an author. I still think The Honest Truth is one of the best read-aloud books written in the last 5 years. Reading it aloud to my fifth graders last year, just cover to cover, they were absolutely just spellbound and loved it. So excited to jump into his new book. And just the cover on the bus, and then on the back, there's some kids on the bus there too. Super excited. Good Enough by Jen Petro-Roy. A book about eating disorders. So I'm just like very excited to read about a 12-year-old girl who's dealing with an eating disorder. I think that is something that a lot of girls struggle with and a lot of humans struggle with. And like kids need to see that, and kids need to be able to read about these tricky, awful things that happen. And I'm excited to see what I learned from this book. Hopefully it'll help make me a better teacher. I am a father of daughters and a teacher of many, many students. And I don't know, books help make life better. Help me learn things that I don't know much about. So excited to read Good Enough. Next up is Jada Sly, Artist and Spy by Sherri Winston. Artist, Spy. Like those are just two amazing things in a book. So I'm just really excited to check this out. It's supposed to be funny. I like funny, and some of these other books don't seem funny, so it's good to add a funny book to the list. But really excited for Sherri's latest. Next up is The Next Great Polly Fink by Allie Benjamin. Been waiting for a book from the author of The Thing About Jellyfish for a really long time, and here it is. Super excited. Little Brown Books for Young Readers. Dying to read this book. I'm so excited. It's so fun to read that second book by an author. Like maybe you've read one and you loved it so much and you're just excited to see something else from them. And this is that second book for me from Allie, and I'm just dying to see what it is. This next book, I know like nothing about it. I don't know anything about the author. I know it's a debut. But I just love this cover, Refugee 87. It's by Elle Fountain. The back just says, a young refugee crosses continents in a timely, heartbreaking novel of survival. We need to be reading about this stuff. This stuff is happening in our world. Kids are confused by some of the things happening in our world. Children's books are a great place for them to go to become better people and understand things more. Next up is another debut, and I love debut books. I love reading a book like I feel like that the author took their whole life to create this first book, and I just get so excited. The next up is A Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Moore. I believe it's Ramey. And just listen to what it says here on the back. It says, introducing Shayla Willows, the star of an incredibly special middle grade debut that will capture your heart while making you burst out laughing. Perfect for fans of Renee Watson and Jason Reynolds. I'm a fan of Renee Watson and Jason Reynolds, so I'm sure that I will love this book. Listen to the first line on the back. 12-year-old Shayla is allergic to trouble. We're all going to want to read this one, I have a feeling. And next up is a book that I've been waiting for years, a debut book that I've been waiting for years. I asked Ann Ursu a while ago if there was a debut author that was early in the process that I should like follow and just kind of see what's going on with them, so I could just kind of follow their process from where they are to publication. And she told me about Alicia D. Williams and how talented she was as a writer and how she thought she was a really awesome person. And so like I started following her on all the socials, and I got her book. Genesis Begins Again. So very excited to read that, to see the words written by the person that Ann Ursu spoke so highly of. I would love to know what 2019 books you are dying to read. Let me know down in the comments below. It's going to be an amazing year for kids. It's going to be an amazing year for books. And the more we can put these books into the hands of kids, the better the world is going to be, the better their lives are going to be, the more opportunities they will have, and the more doors that will be open. Thank you for being an advocate for book access. Thank you for being a champion for kids and making sure that they have what they need so that they can become the people that they want to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome-tastic day, and happy, happy reading.